All right, here we go. Aerial, the drone video, I guess you could say, for track 7 on the Niagara River. We're over the property, and there we're looking down toward the river frontage and at the river itself, which even from 150 feet up is crystal clear. That is gorgeous. And we're kind of looking to the north here, land on the right. And hopefully we pan back to the property. It's been a few days since we did this drone video. There's looking down the river. What a gorgeous area. Just gorgeous. This is a wintertime video, obviously. So really no leaves on the trees here. Now as we slowly pan back toward the east, in a moment we'll be taking in a pretty good view of the property. There we go. So you can see that fence line going across the meadow. That's directly on the property, and the truck is parked on toward us, on next to the fence line, I guess. Okay, so we're looking directly at the frontage. It's got over 300 feet of frontage on the Niagara. Now we're looking south into the sun, so that's not going to be super pretty. There we go. That's whoop. Property on the right. On the far right. I'm not even sure if I knew that we were recording when the drone was over here. We might have just been trying to get situated. There, now we're looking dead at the property. So look across that lower meadow. It rises up. There's the upper meadow on top, and in a moment I'm sure we'll fly over everything and get way up in the air by the county road and check it all out. But here we're going to get a pretty good shot. There you can see the frontage, wooded to the water basically. You'll have some areas that are gravel, some that are dirt. Good frontage. I mean, it does need some kind of trail cut in. You can easily walk to the water, but to drive a vehicle you'd have to do some kind of trail and probably clear out some of the smaller trees and brush and whatnot. But you can certainly get to the water as it is on foot or with a four-wheeler. Oh, that's just gorgeous. So again, property on the far right in this photo. That lower meadow, that's all going to be within the 100-year floodplain. So while people do build within the floodplain, you'd have to elevate your structure, and that can be spendy. Certainly could be done, but a lot more cost effective to build on the upper meadow, which we'll see in a moment here. Oh, we're going to get a little closer to the water. Well, that's great. Just a gorgeous stretch. There are rainbow trout, brown trout, bass, of course. The trout fishing is really pretty special. I don't know if people get excited. I mean, I fish sometimes. I'm not a huge fisherman, but the trout fishing aspect is really cool. There are very few places where you can fish for trout in Missouri or anywhere. Okay, so we're slowly heading easterly. Truck is parked directly on the property. There we go. And that lower meadow, it's just gorgeous. Could be a great place for some horses or for a huge garden. Now we're headed, like I said, toward the east, and you'll see that hillside, and that is fairly steep. Luckily, you don't need to put a trail down there if you don't want to. You can take the existing road, which goes down and around. It comes back over and across the property. Now we're getting up in the air, and that's the upper meadow. So you could build up there where it's flat, where it's open, minimal building costs. If you wanted to have one of those really cool views, you could move your building site further into those trees and get it to where it started to slope and really get a good view that way. It's actually a really pretty field. In the winter here, it looks a little bleak. Now we're going to go way up in the road. Way up in the air, and look at the road. That's Marigold Drive. So that'll go south all the way to Highway 64 at Bennett Springs State Park. And looking southerly here, such a pretty area. There's the Niagara. On the right side of the river there is the Barclay Conservation Area. which is a large tract of public land. Actually, I believe it's on both sides of the river back there, but now it's just on the far side of the river. And panning back across, and there's the property on the right. And now it's basically centered. Even in the middle of winter, this is gorgeous. That is true Ozarks. Look at those hillsides in the background. Fantastic. So as we back up, we're on the far side of Marigold, and we're looking directly over the property. It goes through that upper field, down the hillside, through the lower field, right to the water. And it gets wider. It's at its widest point while you're at the river. Although even in the upper field, it's easily wide enough to give you space to build basically whatever you want. Still have a huge yard, still have a huge shop. So many options on this one. That drone propeller's really in the shot. I don't know if it was windy or what. That's somewhat unusual. And I guess we're headed back down to the river here. I'm not sure. Maybe we were just taking another look at the meadow, but feel free to give us a call in the office or email us at sales@instantacres.com. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can check out our website at InstantAcres.com. And if the property is available, it will be on the website. You'll be able to see it there. If it's not available, it won't be on the website. Super, super rare property. We just have a very limited number of these. They're going to sell extremely quickly, and then we're going to get angry phone calls from the people who thought we had, 100 tracts on the river. Well, we don't. Man, that's beautiful. Fish for trout from your own property. Has some minor building covenants in place to protect your investment and keep the area looking beautiful. You can check those out on the website as well. Complete owner financing. And I was looking away from the computer and the video ended. But yeah, check us out at InstantAcres.com, and we would love to talk to you.